Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach when working with clients. We help gym owners and coaches build successful nutrition programs without reinventing the wheel. I'm your host, Nicole Coyne, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of the Basics of Nutrition Coaching CrossFit Preferred Nutrition course. In this podcast, I'm going to teach you how to take one step to build a nutrition program where you finally feel confident talking about nutrition to your members and your communities. Today's guest is Scott Carpenter. Scott Carpenter owns and operates a multiple seven-figure businesses in Arizona and Canada. But it wasn't until 2020 that his businesses reached a new level of success. Together, him and his partner, Dave Bess, have successfully merged high-ticket coaching business with brick-and-mortar fitness facilities. It honestly sounds too good to be true. In a very short time, they started a company called PT Legends, and now they both help gym owners around the world feel confident when getting people to sign up for their gyms and purchase a transformational offer. In this episode, we talk about the impact of creating a transformational offer to increase buy-in and results from your clients, create opportunities for coaches in your gym, and increase the profit margin of your gym. Yes, it is a full triple win. Gym owners who have a solid nutrition program and the systems to scale that nutrition program paired with their model from PT Legends are widely successful. Here's the deal. PT Legends, I feel like, is a little bit tricky. You think that it is personal training, but in reality, people use this model for personal training, group classes, or a combination of both. Make sure you tune in to the end of this podcast where I give you one actionable takeaway to help you when creating this awesome transformational offer. We will get to this episode right after this message. We're officially into quarter 4 of 2021. Wow, it feels like this year has flown by, yet we've been in a pandemic for forever. Most gym owners will say, I need to get my stuff together before January to launch a nutrition program. Please do not wait until the last minute to build your nutrition coaching program beyond a challenge or an informal conversation. We know people are more motivated around a new year to take action. Make sure you have this solid front-end offering before the new year. Healthy Steps Nutrition Mentoring Program provides a turnkey solution for gym owners and coaches to build a nutrition program beyond a challenge or an informal conversation. The training includes online modules, homework, and mentoring calls. It takes about 30 hours, about 6 weeks to go through the training process. You go through online modules, you have a mentoring call to dial in the details so that when you finish the training process, you feel confident to launch your program. Right now, gyms that are signing up are launching with individual coaching and are going to launch a challenge in the new year. It's perfect because it's going to give them the confidence working with people individually, and then they'll launch a big nutrition challenge in the new year with the goal of converting at least 50% of people to ongoing coaching. That's right. You can use a challenge to convert people to ongoing coaching where you can make an impact. So many gyms will launch a challenge, and I think we know what happens at the end. At the end of that challenge, people will go right back to their old habits because they don't have the accountability and support they need to see results. That's why you need an ongoing nutrition coaching program. All right, let's get to this episode with Scott Carpenter from PT Legends. Scott Carpenter, welcome to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
This is the second time we're talking in the past couple weeks. You came on and did a training for HSN Mentoring, and I have to say it was one of the most popular we've done in a while.
That is very good to hear. But I know it fits exactly with what your people need. So it was a lot of fun to do it.
I think like the conversations after that training were like, Nicole, I need to charge more. Nicole, I need to value myself a little bit more. Nicole, I'm confident now. I can help my people. Now I need to charge what I'm worth. I'm like, I've been telling you that for a year, but I guess Scott has a little bit more influence on you guys.
You know, it's the thing though, because you're you've been their mentor for so long and taught them through so long. But like sometimes it's just like that parent-child relationship. I remember babysitting when I was a kid for other people, and they couldn't tie they're like, can you teach him to tie his shoes? It just coming from the parents. Sometimes you just need to hear from somebody else sometimes. Right.
For sure. I think we can relate to it, with CrossFit. Like one coach will say the same cue a million times and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm hearing you. But then you go to a different gym, you hear a different coach and it's like, oh my gosh, it clicked and I got it. And now I got a muscle up or whatever else. And that was what happened with our clients where they're like, okay, I need to revisit my pricing. I need to charge a little bit more. And the amazing thing is they are so much more confident now going into the free intros that they're getting people signed up for these higher ticket options.
Yes.
And it's working.
That's awesome to hear, because it is the only answer for these gym owners out there. Like if you don't raise that price, you're going to be working harder and harder and harder and harder. And there's not enough margins to be able to hand it off to another coach or have, and keep growing. And there's not enough money to acquire people. Like it's just, the margins have to be there. You have to charge your value, and you have to do it for your clients too, because they don't take it seriously. If it's $100 a month, sure, I'll give it a shot.
You're right. The margins are not there. And I think so many gym owners, we get in this business to help people and we charge a low amount because we want to help all of the people. And then we realize, oh my gosh, I have to have 250 members to make a living off of this gym. And that means more classes, more equipment, more staff. That is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And then what we find, this happens all the time, talking to dozens of box owners, their revenue increases, but their profit really doesn't increase either. Because just like you said, you're hiring more, you need more equipment. A lot of times they'll expand in the suite next to them or get more space. And then all of a sudden it's like, it looks on the surface of somebody walking in, if you have 150, 200 members, it's like, wow, this place is going. But then, those owners know, like, yeah, I'm not making a whole ton and I'm still living in fear, because now that I have so many members, your attrition, you're going to lose them. Yep. No matter how good you are, there's things that are outside of your control. And if you lose X% a month with your churn, there's only so close to zero that you can get that. Right. A lot of it is outside. You can be really good and hit that number low, but it's still there. And if you got 200 members and it's 6%, you got to sign up 12 people a month just to break even.
And instead, if we have a transformational offer where we're encompassing nutrition, fitness, accountability, maybe we only need a couple people to sign up per month and our profit margins are significantly increased and we're able to pay our coaches more, which at the end of the day, I think is the goal of every business owner, to be able to support their employees more.
I hear that all the time. Absolutely. It's like, I want to be able to provide a career for my staff, because that's what helps you not do everything. And this enables you to do that. And it just accomplishes everything. It's great for the owner who's taking on massive amounts of risk, right? In setting this up and all this time and effort and advanced education and all that kind of stuff. It's great for the client because people who pay attention. The people who really invest that kind of money are going to take it seriously. They're going to be your easiest clients to work with when they're paying you $2,000 out of the gate. And then it's great for your employees too. Your employees deserve to have a career and to be able to grow in it. And it's just not possible. I ran all the numbers about the typical box models, right? With churn and attrition and this and that. And there is just mathematically, it just doesn't work. The only answer to solve a gym owner's problem is to raise the prices. But that's the scary part, right?
Right. Absolutely. So instead, let's create a transformational offer where new people coming in, and I think we can all agree, if you combine nutrition, fitness, and most importantly, accountability. So someone does the nutrition and fitness, they're going to see better results and they're going to be happier clients. They're going to stick around longer. It's a win-win-win for everybody. So you need the nutrition component first. Like you can't charge $5,000 a month or $5,000 for a 12-week package and not have the nutrition and accountability piece in place. You need that first. But then once you feel confident with that, you're good. Like, okay, let's start charging what we're worth for this thing.
Yeah. And that's why your best PT Legends clients, the ones who just explode and they start selling, instead of $2,000 in new business a month, they sell $20,000 in their first month when they implement our multiplier methods. Like our best ones are all from HSN. Like all of them, because you've already taught them how to do nutrition coaching and how to work with people on a habits basis. And if you know how to do that, you have all the tools you need already. And then it's selling, like you said, that transformational offer. And in our class, even in our web class, we refer to it as like a high ticket offer. And in many ways, we're actually getting away from that terminology, because everyone listening to this podcast, their Facebook feed has probably been filled with gurus trying to get them to sign up, pay them whatever thousand, and show them how to sell an online only high ticket offer. And some of them may do a good job, and some may not. I don't know. But it has this negative connotation with, like, it's kind of like it's a salesy thing. And I'm just trying to get them for all I can. And I don't feel comfortable with that. And it's going to be a hard sale. That's why we teach a transformational offer. And the difference is, instead of just trying to sell them in a high ticket package, we're getting to the real root cause of why they're here. When they put a lead in, or when they call you up, they're not doing it because they want to work out.
Right.
They don't. That's what they think is going to solve their problem when they come to you. And it's your job, obviously, to show them that it's not. Mainly it's nutrition and habits, right?
Absolutely. And I think, when you market your business as, hey, we help transformations, we help you get the transformation you're looking for. We combine nutrition, fitness, accountability. And it's not just pictures of a gym. It's not just people working out. It's like, hey, here's all the success stories that we have. And all these people have done nutrition, fitness, and they have accountability coaching to help them get to where they want. It's less about the sale and more about, hey, we've helped all these people and I know I can help you too. And, when I think of Sarah and Melinda from Portside, like, they've done such a great job with your program, and it comes down to, hey, they know they're 1,000% confident when you combine these three things, they're going to help people see the results in it. And they do such a good job using your method of, all right, we're going to figure out the root cause of the why. Why are they here? And you're right. People come to a gym thinking that they just want to work out, but really they're looking to lose weight, get in shape, change their body composition. And I think everyone can agree when we combine the nutrition component in there, they're going to see better results.
Absolutely. And it goes even beyond the weight loss, right?
Yep.
People have their armor when they come up, and they don't even know the root cause of their problem.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, I need to lose 15 or 20 or 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not even the weight. It's what the weight represents.
Yep.
It's the fact that they wake up every day and they feel tired.
Yep.
And they feel heavy and they feel gross.
Yep.
Right. And they're not very confident anymore. They miss out on social engagements because they're self-conscious of the way their clothes fit on them. And it affects the intimacy they have with their boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse. It's all encompassing. It's on their brains all the time, consciously or subconsciously. And they know that they're not living their best life, and they're not happy with who they are. They're unhappy with themselves. That's why they're coming in to see you. And so to sell a transformational offer, you need to get to, that's what we call that bleeding neck issue, the real root cause of why they're here. It takes a little bit of practice to figure out how to do that and pull it out of them, right? But when you do, it's not like, yeah, I want to lose some weight, but be healthier, mainly just be healthier. So I'll give it a shot, right? I understand that this has been holding me back from being my best self for the last 13 years. And the cost of me not tackling this, what's the cost of them not taking action and taking care of this problem that they've been dragging around for a decade and trying to throw Band-Aids at, with maybe following a diet and coming into a place to work out 3 times a week? It's so much more than that. And so when we can show them that, hey, it's a bigger problem that you realize, and what is the cost of you not tackling this? The answer is pretty much my entire life's happiness.
Absolutely. And then the consultation process is not about the packages, it's about the transformation, and you can't put a dollar sign on someone's happiness. And you're not manipulating them, because you're helping them realize that what's going to change in their life when they get to be where they want to be. And for a coach, that's your compass. That's where you're guiding people back. Because we all know life happens, people get off track. But if you understand where they want to go, why they want to be there, and how their life is going to be different, it's so much easier to redirect and get people back on track.
That is exactly it. It's that North Star, that compass, right? And because people will stray, just like you talked about. They'll stray from their habits and they'll lose sight of it. But when you know what that bleeding neck issue is, and how big it impacts your life, you can always draw it back to that. And they'd be like, you know what, you're right. And we shy away from that because sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable. There's easy techniques to get to that bleeding neck issue and talk about it and have an open conversation. If you can do that, you can get people to change. Like it's not just the money, it's the impact you're going to have on people.
Exactly.
If they're guarded and they walk in with that armor and you start chipping away at some habits, but they're really emotionally not bought into it, God, it's pulling teeth, isn't it?
It's not your ideal client. And the truth is like when you do this, you end up getting your ideal clients because they're the ones that are invested.
Yes.
They're going to make change and you feel fulfilled as a coach because you're actually helping them transform their health and their life. I want to dive into one piece of the puzzle that we talked about during our training is this idea of the discovery call.
Yes, that's huge. That's how we get really quickly and easily. That's how we get to that bleeding neck issue and figure out what that is. And then, like you said, that consultation, that's a whole different conversation. You can actually talk, no BS, the real reasons. And that 7-minute phone call is such a big game changer. When we first implemented that, we sold $40,000 in the first 4 weeks, and we weren't even good at everything else. So it's very powerful. It seems like an extra step in a sales process, and people are like, yeah, well, I just want people to auto book. Those who auto book in stuff right away, you can still keep that, but add this in between. But how many no-shows do you get on consultations? Like the average is probably
pretty
30%.
High.
Yeah, high.
I would guess higher than that.
Depends where the leads are. If they're organic, maybe but yeah, from Facebook or something like that, absolutely they're higher. This will virtually eliminate no-shows. So hopefully that's attractive enough to anybody listening to want to do something like that. But this paves the way for the easiest consultation you ever had. We have to have a strong doctor frame. We need to, we're professionals. You listening, you are the professional. You ever get when you talk nutrition and they kind of want to interrupt you and tell you what they should be doing or contribute to the conversation? It's like, listen, you can't do that. Like this has got to be your surgeon's office. If I have, if I have a neck injury, I can't just walk in, demand to speak to a surgeon, let them know how I want to be fixed and do it that way. So we set the stage. We don't even really talk to them if they call in. We let them know that we're going to head into an appointment. We have this to do. The way we start, you got to frame it. The way we first start is by setting up a 7-minute phone call to see if you're a good fit for one of our programs before we have you come in. And then you set up that time. And when you call, I'll just give you the brief rundown really quickly. When you do call them, thank them for being on time. Not thank you for being on, but thank you for being on time. You got 30, 60 seconds to build some rapport, right? And that's it. Whether it's COVID, weather, sports, whatever, and then say, hey, I've got another call after this, or I have another appointment after this. I've got to stick to time if that's all right, but with you. They're like, oh, sure. And then you just get right into it to control that conversation. Because if you don't control the conversation, the only thing that they're going to ask you is
price.
How much is it? And then maybe a follow-up is like, what times do you have or what class, right? That's it. Price. And if you just tell them, oh, it's $2,000, $3,000, they're not even going to know that. They don't know what they need, and they don't know the difference between you and the guy around the corner.
Exactly.
And we're always on the defensive, and we're trying to build value in hopes that they'll come in and build enough. Take it the other way around. It's like the George Costanza method in that episode where he does everything the opposite of what he was supposed to do. And then he gets the promotion, he gets the girl, everything. Like your instincts are wrong. This is your doctor's office. You're the professional. You're the authority. You let them know how it works. So once you build that rapport, let them know that you've got to stick to time. The goal of the call is to see if you're going to be a good fit for one of our programs. If you are, we're going to go ahead and schedule out a deep dive and have you come in and start building out your program. If for whatever reason that I don't feel you're a good fit, I know a lot of contacts around the area. I will suggest a way that would be a better fit for you to start. Does that sound good?
I think that right there is the biggest thing. And I've taken a couple sales trainings. Your sales training and Dave's sales training is like tenfold to what we've done in the past 5 years. But that piece is common for a lot of sales trainings. And you think as like a business owner, I don't want to send people away. Like I want everyone to come to me. I'm not losing business here. But in reality, it's like, hey, you're going to attract people by saying that are really a good fit for you.
Absolutely. And you feel very confident. Like if I'm calling into a place, like I feel confident, like, oh, these guys know what they're doing. I feel like I'm in good hands And guys, I guarantee you, I mean, everybody on here is an HSN or aspiring to be. If you're in that, I know you're in better hands than any other place. So it's just a fact. I mean, our numbers with our clients just show that. And so yeah, they feel very secure that way. And then you open it up. I think you suggest a similar question with what you do is just like, so tell me, what are you struggling the most with right now? Is it workouts? Is it nutrition? Is it accountability, motivation, or a little bit of everything? And I'm just teeing it up. And that's almost the same question you use, right?
Yep. Same question.
Yep. Teeing it up for them to say everything's kind of a mess. I'm not really taking care of anything, right? And then we ask, there's only like 2 to 3 follow-up questions that we do to dig a little bit so that they see it's a problem in their life.
Yep.
We can establish it's a priority. And that's pretty much all we need to know in that discovery call. And then here's the thing. You're controlling the flow of this conversation, right? There's not a whole lot of idle chit chat. I used to have initial phone calls where I was on for 30, 40 minutes. No, you can do this in 7 minutes and you get right to it. And, when you qualify them, you can let them know that, it sounds like you're going to be a great fit for what we're doing here. And we don't even schedule them on the phone because by the time you're pulling up the calendar and then you're looking at different things and there's delays, with the online connection, they're going to ask, oh, by the way, what's the price?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we even let them know that, hey, I've only got a couple minutes left. So I've got before my next call. So I'm going to send you, when I finish up with my calls, I'm going to send you a couple options that we have. Are you available in the morning or the afternoon tomorrow? Okay, great. I'm going to send you over a couple options and you let me know which one right away so that way I can make sure to get you in. One thing, before we have everybody come in, we do require that homework is done. And this is where we sell like the whys. Like everybody has their own little pitch to it, but you need to get them to give you why it's really important for them to make these changes, right? This it gives you the roadmap so you know where to take that consultation. And we have them text it to us or email it to us, whichever. Text is great. But what we get out of that is huge. We have to sell it because like the bottom line is when you know why, this is going to be difficult to make these changes. Like, because they just got done telling you they've been kind of off and on struggling with this for the past 12 years. So it's difficult. The reason it doesn't stick is because a lot of times they don't really realize why they're doing this. And the people who have a strong connection with that are the ones who see results. Yep. And yeah, so then they text us over in between our discovery call and our perfect consultation. We have them text over and it's just, some of it's pure gold.
Yes.
They will get detailed and intimate about it. And it is the easiest conversation to have. And when those are the problems you're solving, like I cringe every time my spouse, puts his hand over my waist because I feel fat and unattractive and all that. And when you realize, I don't feel like I'm a good person for my kids and I'm a good influence. And that's the problem you're solving, guys. It's not like, hey, I want to lose 18 pounds.
It has nothing to do about that.
Nothing to do about that. And when you realize that's affecting their lives every day, you are the only person that's going to change that. So you are obligated to do this, guys.
I love it.
And it's a different conversation. And you have the right then to ask for a $2,000, a $3,000, a $6,000 transformation program because it is worth it and even more.
Absolutely. And you have to make sure that you have those touch points available. So it's not just like, hey, you're coming in once a month for nutrition coaching and you're coming into the gym. Like you do have more touch points with those clients to hold their hand, to make sure they're having the results and they have the support they need. So you got to figure out all that first and foremost. I know the way Sarah and Melinda, they have at HSN, we recommend 2 tiers for nutrition coaching, and basically their higher tier option is embedded into the fitness program that they sell for $3,000 to $5,000. All right. Everyone's interested now. How do they find out more information about your program and how do they find out about you?
Yeah. So we finally got a website up. We created this business by accident. We did it in all our locations. We've got 6 of them and it works so well. And we had a couple people ask us, hey, can you help us do this in our business model? And it worked so well. And then because they blew up, it just kind of spread. Yep. So we created this by accident. We finally got our website up. So you can go to ptlegends.com. It's ptlegends.com. You can get in touch with us there. It's very, very easy. I'm Scott Carpenter. Should be pretty easy to find on the web and Facebook too. You can find my personal profile or Coach Scott Carpenter is the business profile. and you can connect with us anytime there. We do have a free Facebook group that you can find too by going to either place, where we do deliver some live trainings every Wednesday to get you started.
Cool. Thank you for coming on the podcast, sharing your insight, because this is such a needed thing. I know that you gave away, now I'm putting you on the spot, you gave away like a free download for our clients. So maybe I'll put in the show notes of this podcast links to everything that you just mentioned, as well as maybe like a download or something people can just get started with.
Absolutely. We have an awesome calculator that shows how your business we need you to see why it's important to do this. It's uncomfortable to raise your prices like this. It's going to require you to level up. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to have that doubt, right? But we like you to see how your business can change for you and your family, and the time and the freedom that you can have and the greater impact you'll have. So we have a calculator that we've given out for HSN clients that will show you can build it for your business model and see what that would look like over the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, and how that would change your life. So I would be happy to give that out to anybody in HSN.
Cool. So it probably will be non-HSN gym member or gym owners and other coaches, but we'll put the link below. And I think it'll be a great step for you if you're thinking about, hey, this really resonated with me. I want to create this main front end offer. It needs to be a little bit higher ticket, and to really get the clients invested in their transformation. And if they're ready to reach out, click the link in the show notes and contact Scott and his team. They're awesome.
Thanks, Nicole.
We could have stayed on this podcast forever talking about what you need to do to build this transformational offer. But the truth is, you need a nutrition coaching program in place before you're able to scale it with PT Legends. I hope you enjoyed this episode with Scott. One actionable tip that you can take is start asking this one question before people come in. What are you struggling with? Nutrition, fitness, accountability, or all of the above? You can ask it via SMS or start implementing a discovery call. I highly recommend, if you're going to start doing the discovery calls, that you need to nail it, or you're going to be stuck on these phone calls forever. So go with PT Legends before implementing a discovery call. The least you can do is start asking this question via SMS, which is exactly what we do at Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ when we are onboarding new potential leads and nutrition clients for our program. We use a system called Push Press Grow, and it's all SMS through an online dashboard, super easy. I would say 9 out of 10 people will tell me all of the above. It's great. If they say all of the above, they need help with nutrition, fitness, and accountability, these people are the perfect candidates for a transformational package. If you don't offer them a package that encompasses nutrition, fitness, and accountability, you are missing out on an opportunity to truly transform their health and their life. If you don't have a discovery call process down, again, just ask them via SMS or text message at a very bare minimum, and then go talk to the guys over at PT Legends. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please make sure you click the link in the show notes for additional podcast episodes related to building an awesome nutrition program in your gym. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review so that you never miss another episode. We'll see you back here next week.